Alrighty, live. I tried going live, or I was gonna go live yesterday to just show this off, but I didn't because I got sleepy. But anyways, here I am today, this morning, with VTuber integration, hopefully working, or a proof of concept for VTuber integration for Vivy. So I finally, I spent a lot of time this weekend trying to get this working. I finally got a Tortoise text-to-speech voice model trained, and then I'm able to call it in Python using requests, and I run it in parallel with a queue system in order for the sentences to be said. This is so that you're not waiting 5 hours for Tortoise to generate an entire speech segment for an entire paragraph of said speech. And it actually works better in this way, in my opinion, because it splits it up into more manageable chunks, so that the prediction of the voice actually is better than if you did a super long one. It is still in, I probably even call it like alpha testing. It is not even close to being at the level of where I would want it to, but enough talking. Let me just go ahead and just show it real quick. So I can just simply do that by running this script. I already have some pre-made text in there, and let me just go ahead and make the VTuber bigger, and we'll go ahead and just listen to it.
An introduction? Fine, like they guess. I'm Annie Takahashi. Not that it's any of your business. Don't read into my frostiness too much. I'm just not the type to lay it all out there from the start. People tend to jump to conclusions, but they often find it wrong. You're curious about their hobbies. I spend my time with things like gaming and out. You better not question my knowledge in those areas. It's far deeper than you'd think. And I've picked up a few martial arts skills along the way. Not that you should concern yourself with that. So, if you're looking for someone a bit unpredictable, someone to keep you on your toes, I might be worth your time. But don't expect any easy admissions from me. If you prove yourself trustworthy, then maybe, just maybe, you'll see something unexpected. No promises though. Let's just see where this goes.
Alright, so there's a quick demonstration, and that one was actually a pretty terrible generation of the text. That was actually one of the worst that I've seen, unfortunately, which sucks because that's the first time I've done it on a stream. So that was the worst generation that I've had so far. The reason that it sounds kind of weird is because it was trained on Japanese audio, meaning if I was using Japanese tokenizers, it would probably be a little bit better in replicating Japanese speech. But I tried using Japanese audio, Japanese audio to train it to speak English. So preferably, I would want to do some voice training with English samples. So I'll be trying that a little bit later. But yeah, I currently have the integration. This is really easy to integrate into Vivy. All I have to do is add an API call, or all I have to do is import this into Vivy where the generate speech function is, and it'll basically work. It's going to be that simple when I integrate it. But this Tortoise TTS is proving to be quite promising in my opinion. I actually really like how it produces audio. I was able to get some really nice voice samples earlier this weekend on my voice for voice cloning. Not as good as 11 Labs, but it is very close to 11 Labs, which is really crazy. What's up, Real J Gerard? Real J Gerard, thank you. I'm quite stoked for it, and integrating it into Vivy should be a breeze. Professionally would probably be LinkedIn. Some people have already reached out to me, and at the current moment I'm not really doing anything too much on the side of outside of my projects, as that's just kind of where I stand right now. But if you want to reach out on LinkedIn, I'm always open to hear new things and whatnot, so just shoot something out to me. But With that being said, if we go into the Gradio interface on Tortoise TTS here, there are quite a different things that you can change here. But if we go into the prompt section here, and let me just change it to my voice in here. Generate to, and then go ahead and generate this. It is going to be better, I think, than the model that I just used for Emmy here. Let's see.
If you prove yourself trustworthy, then maybe, just maybe, you'll see something unexpected. No promises, though. Let's just see where this goes.
So that is supposed to be mimicking my voice, which it's closer than the previous one. And this one is much clearer, and that is definitely because it is being trained on English text. And there are a bunch of things I got to try with it, Tortoise TTS. And Tortoise TTS is very slow. It is a tortoise, so it lives up to its name. That is why you need some type of parallelization inside of, like if you're trying to make a VTuber, you need some type of parallelization or some type of cue system so that you can start speaking while audio is being generated. And so that was my difficulty over the weekend, and it was so dumb because it just turned out that I needed to use sound device and sound file instead of play sound, and that solved my problem. I thought it wasn't playing audio, and then I stepped through my code. Well, I didn't step through my code in the beginning, which is a point to myself to step through the code, and realized that it was a problem with the playback of the file, and not necessarily the queuing system. So yeah, I switched it over to sound device and sound file, and we got it working. So that was kind of dumb. I spent like probably 3 hours on that, which is, yeah, not fun. But yeah, we're here now, so that means the next steps are to incorporate this into Vivy. So let me just take a look through it, and let's go ahead and open a new window real quick. I only have like a couple of minutes to to try to open up Vivy to take a look at, because I gotta get prepared and ready for work. Yes, the majority of the coding is done by GPT-4. However, all of the logic is done by me. A big part of the, here, let me just go through this code right here. Let me move Emmy. Yeah. A big part of the so this was all me right here. This is me, this is me. This is half me, half them. So I already had code that was that I had previously implemented with a queue, and just asked it if it could integrate it into this class. It did that, and then this is all ChatGPT here. This filters part is ChatGPT. Now this is me, of course, and then this is me, which is why it's half ChatGPT, half me. ChatGPT is crazy, so I don't know why people wouldn't use it to speed up code or to create things. It's just so good. Alright, So here is Vivy on the right hand side, and it is covering my face. Hello, 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 Alfida. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it stealing or dishonorable. I call it being efficient. Like the saying goes, if you're not replaced by AI in the future, you'll definitely be replaced by somebody who knows how to use AI. So might as well learn how to use the tools, or else you're gonna be swept in the dust. Okay. Alrighty, so the streamer one is the one that I want to use. But first I gotta kind of move this code over. So let me go ahead and do that on my file explorer. Or actually, what I can probably do. Let me just copy all of this. Copy. Streamer.py streamer. Paste this into here. Hey, welcome guys, welcome. So I only have, unfortunately, this is a very short stream as I've got to get prepared for work. I wanted to do a little bit longer of a stream yesterday, but I got stuck working on code. Today I am starting the implementation of getting the VTuber working into Project Vivy, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So AI VTuber, Tortoise TTS, all that. Yeah, but I gotta get ready for work in like 20 minutes, so that is the unfortunate thing. Okay, so let me go ahead and save. Yeah, preferably I would want to keep this one in the same directory, so let me just save this as. The hardest part I have with code is naming things. I'm terrible at naming things, so I'm trying to name this API caller. I'll call this Tortoise API. Alright, I'll call this Tortoise API. And then I should have all of this inside of the VNV workspace. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Hey, that's awesome, Kaiser. I'm glad I've been able to help you throughout the journey. Honestly, all the shoulders that I stand on, the other YouTube channels that I've watched countless hours of, have also helped me in my journey. So it's just an awesome community to just keep growing and keep continuing. Sorry, Cartoon Rush. Yeah, that is I'm gonna assume that is more of a habit for me than anything, and it's even worse during spring. And I'm also sick, so I was sick like 3 weeks ago, and for whatever reason my sickness tends to stay for my entire lifetime. So I don't know why, but I take plenty of vitamin C pills, so maybe I just need some more water. Of course. You know, sometimes I think about it. I'm like, I just wish somebody shared like all the steps of their way through something, and so that is what I hope to convey as well on my YouTube channel. I did for Japanese for the most part. I tried doing my best with Japanese, and we're continuing that legacy on into into AI code technology, what I got for my major and all that fun stuff. Welcome, Jaden. Welcome in. Man, there's a lot of people that are tuning in, and I'm so sorry. I gotta go in like 18 minutes. But you know, hopefully you guys catch me another day. That's awesome to hear, Alfida. Okay, so streamer.py, this one right here. So all I have to do is from Tortoise API import audio player. Thank you, real Gerard. People have told me that for a long time, and it helps. Trust me, it helps. Maybe I just need to get it from a couple more people, and I'll be cured. Alrighty. Okay, so here we have the Tortoise API call. So all I need to do is there is a filtered because it won't keep it all. Can I import? I should be able to import functions and classes. Filter file path. Oh, read paragraph from file. I actually don't need that one. Read paragraph from file because it's actually going to be paste. It's going to be the text from streamer. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Definitely, everyone's got their you know, their inspiration. So, you know, my inspiration probably not as good. I used to watch Terminator when I was little. I loved Terminator 2, and the concept of, you know, well, I like the concept of Terminators, but I don't like the real world consequences. So that was a huge inspiration for me when I was younger. Yeah, minus the whole apocalypse type of thing. Okay, Tortoise audio player. So technically I should takes in taking two instantiations of Kokoro. Do I have to instantiate Tortoise? I might have to instantiate Tortoise audio player. Okay, so self dot tortoise equals tortoise. I can't spell tortoise. Tortoise. C++ is a pain in the butt. I don't blame you. I personally don't like coding in C++, and I am very rusty in it, as I kind of stopped it in college. Yeah, the T800s, T1000s. I especially remember the T1000s. Those were pretty interesting. Tortoise API is, well, it's not. Well, it is an API, but it is a Gradio. Is a request call to Gradio. So it basically creates the audio. So that is the hope here. So I have my player that run. So I need a filter. I need to filter the paragraph, which I think I should be able to just use. So a lot of things are going on in my head with this, in connecting things. So let's see. You said blah blah blah. Check quit. Attention, penned, streamer completion, listen for voice. You said, where's generation? Oh, streamer completion. It's inside of streamer completion. That's where I did it. Generate voice. Okay, so this one will have to be self.chatgpt tortoise dot is it gonna be dot run? I believe it is dot run, and it needs to feed in a sentence. So this would be the response item. I believe. Oh yeah, Azuri TTS. I'm working on an integration with it. That one's pretty simple. All I have to do is inside of this generate voice call, I just had to add another one that is, you know, use Azuri or something like that, because it's just another API call. So I could actually make this a case match, you know, case here. So yeah. Okay, and I guess for those of you guys that that didn't get to see my initial run of the VTuber, I guess I'll just run the code right now just to you know, what's happening? Just to show it. So let's just go ahead and run this on the left side here. Make Alright, my graphics card is crying right now. Ah, shoot, wait. Oops, I have it on the shoot. I have it on the wrong model. It's actually my voice. Let me change that real quick. I was like, why the heck is it taking so long? It's because it was computing the latents, so no, I always got to go and work. I just always choose the stream right before I go to work. AMD, I'm not too familiar with AMD. I have an NVIDIA, so.
An introduction. Fine, I guess. I'm in Takahashi, not that it's any of your business.
Right,
Don't
let me let
read
her
into my
speak.
frostiness too much. I'm just not the type to lay it all out there from the start. People tend to jump to conclusions, but they often find they're wrong. They're curious about my hobbies. Well, I spend my time with things like gaming and I'm not.
Oh, it broke.
You better not question my knowledge in those areas. It's far deeper than you think. And I've picked up a few martial arts skills along the way. Not that you should concern yourself with that. So, if you're looking for someone a bit unpredictable, someone to keep you on your toes, I might be worth your time. But don't expect any easy admissions from me. If you prove yourself trustworthy, then maybe, just maybe, you'll see something unexpected. No promises though. Let's just see where this goes.
Alright, okay, perfect. So, as I was explaining a little bit earlier in the stream, the reason that it has kind of a weird breathiness to it is based on my initial just training of it. I didn't train it the best, and I can definitely get it a little bit better by actually training it on English samples, and actually using English text in order for it to infer. So that is the thing. That is why it just sounds weird. And the weird stops is one thing that I'm working on. The code actually runs in parallel right now, but since I'm using other applications that are bogging up my GPU, it's not coming out quick enough. So actually, if I change these iterations down to 32, let me show you. This should make it a little bit quicker, and then run it. Those stops should go away. So I went ahead and changed it to
An
32.
introduction? I guess. I'm Anna Takahashi, not that it's any of your business. Don't read into my frostiness too much. I'm just not the type to lay it all out there from the start. People tend to jump to conclusions, but they often find they're wrong. You're curious about my hobbies? Well, I spend my time with things like gaming and everything. You better not question my knowledge in those areas. It's far deeper than you think. And I've picked up a few martial arts skills along the way, not that you should concern yourself with that. So, if you're looking for someone a bit unpredictable, someone to keep you on your toes, I might be worth your time. But don't expect any easy admissions from me. If you prove yourself trustworthy, then maybe, just maybe, you'll see something unexpected. No promises though. Let's just see where this goes.
Alright, so that was a little bit smoother with it on 32 iterations. So this iterations thing kind of changes time linearly. So the less you have, the quicker it is. And same thing with samples. And samples you can set at the lowest, which is 2, if you have fine-tuned and trained a model, which this is a fine-tuned and trained model, but the audio samples I used were Japanese samples, which doesn't translate too well over to English. So I've got to do a lot more playing and experimenting with Tortoise, but you know, that's the thing is I don't think most people are going to be able to run it on Tortoise. That is the issue. I'm running a 4090, and so that might be a little bit of a different story for a lot of people out there. But that's why I'm trying to find ways to make it a little bit quicker, which I think if you're even on a 30 series, you should be able to run Tortoise and have it produce the sentences quick enough by keeping samples at 2 and iterations at 32, or maybe even lower for iterations. And then as well, there's this filter paragraph right here to basically sort sentences based on the length of the how many characters they have. And this 200 amount, if you change this to like 100 or 150, it'll actually be a little bit shorter, and then Tortoise won't have to work as hard. So that is the thing there. For Mimic, I've never heard of Mimic 3. I've heard of Koki TTS. I wanted to use Koki TTS because it has a VITS model, and VITS is pretty good in my opinion. So that is still open to trial when I get there at least. So yeah, we'll be waiting on that. Does my streamer.py down here? I also have to do a from package imports Tortoise API. I guess I would have to also make a the Tortoise API doesn't require any, no initialization needed. Tortoise equals Tortoise API dot audio player. I should call this just Tortoise API, but I don't. Tortoise. Oh, wait. This one. Tortoise API. There we go. Tortoise API. And then for this to work, this one would have to be Tortoise API, and same thing. Okay. Cool. So save and run this back here. Streamer, audio player. Okay. Tortoise API. Nice. Easy. Done. Okay. System.run, and then yeah. And then I'll feed in a Tortoise instance. And should, yeah, should be good. Yeah, set it up. Yeah, Vivy will have its own model attached to it. That's why I want to go with Tortoise. The other ones out there are cool, like Voice Fox, Azure, etc., so on and so forth. 11 Labs, those are all cool, but they all require API access. This one you can run locally, so I'm looking for any solution that, excuse me, I'm looking for any solutions that can be ran locally. That is what I need. Okay. Oh, I had this one as call API. Call API. Tortoise API. I wonder why it's not being highlighted. Yeah, that is the hope. That is the hope. Oh, because I don't have a type Tortoise API. Okay, self.tortoise. Okay. Call API response. Cool. Alright, so in my brain, this is going to send a sentence. It's going to send this response over to call API. It's going to call it. And then, oh, what I need to do run. Okay, run. Yeah, that was correct in my first implementation. Okay, run. And then add filter. Self.tortoise.filter sentence. What did I call it? Filter paragraph. Filter paragraph. Filter paragraph is not accessed. Oh yeah, I saw the tortoise tortoise fast. It just doesn't have a GUI, a GUI, so there are a bunch of different tortoise forks out there. So yeah, I got to take a look at all of them. Why is it not maybe it shouldn't be self, it should just be can I just use it like I should be? Let's see, get file paths. Oh, okay, I can just use it. Cool. Filter paragraph, that one response. Response equals. Let me change it up. Sentences. Sentences. Okay, run sentences. I wonder if that's all I need. That might be all I need, actually. Hey, Vivy, can you hear me?
Oh, why yes. I can hear you loud and clear. Lucky me.
Oh, why yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Lucky me.
Okay. Wow, it works. It's always funny when I'm like, oh, it works. Okay. So it was followed up by 2. That was because of I didn't comment out this 11 labs here. But man, 11 labs is just still so good. I'm just so jealous. It's just so expensive. Shoot. All right, but I guess that's gonna be it for now. I will finish this up later, so you guys will have to catch me on another stream. I am not sure what the difference between Gradio and Streamlit would be, but I assume if they're just web interfaces as Gradio is, they should perform the same. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's stream. Sorry that it's so short, but yeah, I do need about 30 minutes to prepare to get ready for work. So yeah, I will see you guys later, and I'm excited for what's coming.